Hey everyone, welcome back to Teen TV Deep Dive. I'm your host Alyssa, and here on this podcast we talk about all things teen TV. So today's episode is going to be on the movie 13 Going on 30 because we're celebrating my birthday. I'm super excited. I chose this movie for multiple reasons because it's just one of my favorites, and it's about celebrating a birthday. And this year is a really big milestone year for me. And as I'm entering a new chapter in my life and kind of just encountering new responsibilities and challenges and things like that, it kind of does feel like I'm going from 13 to being 30. And if you haven't seen the movie, it's a really good movie and kind of a classic, but I'll still tell you the premise of it anyways. So 13 Going on 30 is about this main character named Jenna. She lives in a small town, just lives a typical 13-year-old girl life. But this year, now that she's officially going to be a teenager, she wants to turn things around and she wants to be popular, date the most popular boy in school, and all that jazz. And she wishes it really bad after she has this terrible party, and her best friend Maddie had made her this Barbie house with this magical wish dust in it, and that magical wish dust turns her into being 30 because that's what Jenna's always wanted. She wanted to be 30, flirty, and thriving because that's when your life is going to be at its best, of course. And over time, as Jenna is now a 13-year-old girl in the body of a 30-year-old woman, and she's encountering her life, she realizes adulthood is not all that it's cracked up to be. And it takes her a moment to step back and kind of rethink what adulthood is to her and kind of her life. And I think the main purpose of the movie that I took away from it was just comparing adulthood to childhood. Because while Jenna's childhood life was pretty basic, she didn't have many friends, she wasn't the most popular. Um, she spent a lot of time with her family. Her parents kind of babied her a little bit. When she became an adult, she did have a really nice life. She had an amazing apartment, super cool wardrobe, really nice job at this fashion company, and she was beautiful, but she was still lacking something in her life. She needed more meaning into her life, and she kind of just had all these materialistic things that she longed for so much as a child that once she actually got it, she still felt that something was missing out of her life. And the realization when Jenna had that life isn't always what it's cracked up to be, and when she kind of realized that she had become someone that she didn't like, because there's a scene in the movie where it was a little girl, well, not a little girl, but she was about 13 or so. She had gone on the elevator, and Jenna had said, "Oh, hi, I love your purse." And the girl was kind of looking at her funny. She was like, "Oh, well, thanks." And she's like, "It's kind of weird. We never talk." And Jenna was like, "What? We're neighbors. Of course we would talk." And the girl was like, "No, we've never said a word to each other ever since you moved here." And Jenna felt away. But then, as more and more people kind of told her what happened in between this gap in her memory of her being 13 to her being 30, she kind of became this really mean person and just someone that she didn't like. And you just kind of see that she's hurt where she notices that she's abandoned so many valuable things from her childhood, like her friendship with Matt, or just her staying true to herself and her kindness, that she sees where she's at now and she's just kind of disappointed. Over the course of the movie, I definitely think Jenna's appreciation for her childhood grew just for the simple life and the joy and the sense of being 13 that she really craved when she was had to be 30. She couldn't get it back, and um I think that definitely impacted her character because she was really scared. She didn't know what to do. And she also kind of learned the importance of having quality friendships over quantity, or just kind of being friends with who looks cool or who's in the in crowd, but just being friends with people who get her and that she can have a fulfilling relationship with. And that was really important. I think kind of that turning point in the story is that thriller dancing. While it was really funny and just entertaining overall, you can kind of see the gears were shifting for Jenna as she was just letting herself go and being free, kind of like a kid again. And her sharing that moment with Maddie was a really pivotal moment in the movie, I feel like, because before she was struggling and kind of being too uptight, um, figuring out her life, but just having that sense of familiarity in Maddie, I definitely feel like changed the story. And also when Jenna was kind of righting her wrongs that she had made along the course of the movie, because of course one of the main changes that she made was rectifying her relationship with Maddie. When they were kids, she had cut him off because neither one of them were the coolest, but she had got popular after that, and she strengthened their bond and they kind of reconnected into adulthood. But also all the girls in the building that she lived in her adulthood, she invited them over and they had this really fun sleepover. And just seeing Jenna be a lot nicer and reconnecting with her past was really cool. And I think that she learned a lot from everything that she was going through when she had to be 30. She just had a lot of lessons learned, and she gained a lot of real life experiences of being an adult, and she just wanted to grow up so fast. And when she finally did, she got scared and she was ready to revert back, but she couldn't just yet. And I don't know, I think this movie, my biggest takeaway was just embracing the journey and not always the destination. Because while it's cool to be an adult, it sounds cool in theory when you're a kid to be an adult. But when you actually get there, it's really scary and it's not all what it's cracked up to be. But just enjoying the different things and people that you encounter throughout your journey in life is really important. By the end, Jenna was finally able to be 13 again and she flipped everything around. She kept those important relationships in her life, and she was just a lot kinder and more down to earth because she definitely lost herself over the years on the first timeline, if you want to call it that. And I really loved how Jenna and Matt ended up together by the end of the movie. If you were to ask me who would I think would still be together after the end of their rom com, Jenna and Matt would be at the top of my list without a doubt. They just screamed endgame to me. I don't think I don't think anything would have been able to shake their relationship. So I really love them. But I think 13 going on 30 just has a lot of powerful lessons in it, just about life and aging, but also it's really entertaining and it's such a classic rom com. The music, the aesthetics of it, the wardrobe of it all, it's just so, I don't know, I just love everything 2000s. So I really love that part of it. But if you haven't watched it, I would urge you to go watch it. It is so good and it'll instantly become a favorite for you. And it also just kind of made me reflect on my childhood and like my future as well too. So it kind of made me a little bit sad. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Um be sure to follow me on all my other social medias at Teen TV Deep Dive podcast for more. Um but yeah, thank you so much for listening. Feel free to comment down your thoughts and opinions that you have while you were listening. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.